Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, November 24th. It is 8:01 p.m. This is a regular meeting of the Town Council. Will everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Following Town Council members are present in chambers: Gagnon, Kohut, Mauer, Lapellis, Formicella, O'Rourke, Wales, Duva. The following Town Council members here remotely: Reed. We have 9 members of Town Council this evening. Is there a motion to nominate a temporary chair?
So moved.
All right, Mr. Duva, who do you nominate?
Nominate you, sir.
All right, so there's a motion to elect Jonathan Formicella. Is there a second? Second, Sean O'Rourke. Are there any other nominations for temporary chair? Hearing none, all those in favor of electing Jonathan Formicella as temporary chair, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, passes 9-0. Moving on to item 4, election of chairman of town council. Is there a motion to elect a chairman of town council?
I do, like John Formicella as chairman of town council.
Second.
All right, there's a motion by Donaldin Wales. There's a second by Sean O'Rourke to nominate Jonathan Formicella as town council chair. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor of electing Jonathan Formicella chair of town council, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, passes 9-0. I just want to thank everyone for their confidence this term in electing me chairman of the town council, and I look forward to working with all of you for another term. Next, we're going to move on to item 5, election of vice chairman of town council.
I nominate Donaldin Wales.
All right, there's a motion to nominate Donaldin Wales as vice chair of town council. There is a second by Ben Duva. Any other nominations? All those in favor of electing Donaldin Wales as vice chair of the town council, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, passes 9-0. Congratulations, Donald.
Thank you, everybody, for your confidence. Appreciate that.
And I would just like to take this moment to thank Enid Lapellis for many years as vice chair and chair of town council. She's been an incredible mentor. I know for me, for Donald, Sean, for Kevin, and she's been a tremendous friend, and I appreciate her guidance and her support all these years as she continues to serve the people of Monroe in a slightly different capacity, but still a wonderful capacity. So thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. You can take a bow if you want. You know, there's no judgment here. It is recorded. I will.
So there may be. We just don't
No,
know.
we're right. You know.
Have another cookie if I knew.
Before we move to chairman's committee appointments, I also just want to take this moment to recognize 2 people. The first is Janice Persico, who's here in the audience this evening. Janice was with us for 2 years on town council, and Janice was a tremendous member of town council. It was a real pleasure to work with Janice for these last 2 years, and I just want to thank her for her service. And then the second part of that is we do have a new member of town council, Nina Gagnon, and just welcome to town council. We did have an opportunity to speak before our meeting tonight, and I wish you all the success during this upcoming term, and I'm excited to work with you over these next 2 years. Thank you. Okay, and next we're going to move to chairman's committee appointments. So for the finance, education, health, and public safety matters, the following town council members will be assigned to that committee: Enid Lapellis, Donaldin Wales, Kathy Kohut. The following town council members will be assigned to planning, zoning, public works, and park and recreation matters: Sean O'Rourke, Vin Duva, Nina Gagnon. The following town council members will be on the legislative and administrative matters subcommittee: Kevin Reed, Jonathan Formicella, Jason Mauer. Following town council members will be on the strategic planning committee: Jonathan Formicella, Donaldin Wales, Jason Mauer. Following town council member will act as a member of the Open Space Preservation and Acquisition Committee, Sean O'Rourke. Following town council member will be a liaison to the Police Commission, Vin Duva. The following town council members will be members of the Pension Committee, Jonathan Form-McKella and Jason Mauer. And I thank everybody for their service. What I would ask is in the next month or two to hold organizational meetings to elect chairs and secretaries so that we can get the committees to a good start. All right. So I will, if the individual matters want to coordinate with me, I will call the meeting as chair, and then there will be an election of officers, and then the chairs of those individual committees will organize meetings thereafter. Okay. All right. So thank you, everyone. Moving on to item 7, consent calendar. I'm going to pass the consent calendar as presented if there's no objection. Hearing no objection, I'm passing consent calendar as presented. I ask that communication items A, B, and C be incorporated into the minutes of our meeting. Moving on to item 9, public participation. Is there any member of the public that would like to participate this evening?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Down here.
All right. Go ahead.
Jason Mauer, 44 Stable Ridge Road. I am speaking tonight in my capacity as a resident, not in my official capacity on the council, although I do feel what I'm going to speak does tie over into that. And that's to first echo the sentiments of our chairman, Jonathan Formicello, for Janice Persico, for her service to the town. But I wanted to also note the hard decision that it must have been to, in a tie vote, to step aside for what she truly felt was the better of the impossible choice that would have been left to our townspeople. It saves, not only does it save the taxpayers money, but I can't imagine two people who deserve to be a part of this more than Kathy Kohut and Janice Persico. They have been an absolute pleasure to serve. And so I know it saved me a very, very difficult decision in a vote. And I'm sure it saved many other people that same difficult decision. So thank you for your service. Thank you for making that impossible choice for us. And I know you will continue to serve this town and continue to do great things for Monroe. So I just wanted to say thank you to Janice Persico, our fellow council person.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Any other public participation this evening? First selectman, anyone indicating online that they would like to participate?
Just online is Kevin Reed and Cindy Ambrosi. I don't know if they're willing to speak.
So if you're here online and would like to participate, please hit star 7 on your phone to unmute yourself. If you're on a tablet or computer, it's the microphone with the red line through it to deselect that. Or if you're online, I believe you have the ability to raise your hand to indicate that you would like to participate, and we can take further action from there. So I'm just going to ask the first selectman if there's anyone indicating that they would like to participate this evening.
At this point, no, sir.
All right, thank you very much. I'm going to close public participation. We have no appointments this evening. As for action items, all our action items, going to move on. So, Councilmember Lapellis, no update from last time from FEPS.
No.
Councilmember Duva, any update from Planning and Zoning Public Works?
No update.
Thank you. Item C, Town Council Committee on Legislative and Administrative Matters. Councilmember Reed.
Yes, we did actually meet tonight. And we had one item of new business, ARX, and that is before you at council.
Thank you very much. Strategic planning hasn't met since our last town council meeting. Item E, Councilmember O'Rourke, any update from open space?
We have not met since our last meeting, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. And item F, our first selectman's update, First Selectman Rooney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Unfortunately, I think my update is going to be the longest part of this council. So in operations, the Senior Center Veterans Celebration, the Senior Center hosted a luncheon honoring veterans where several speakers shared stories of their service and experience. I was honored to join the police guard, notable chorus, and the many residents who came together to recognize those who served. Thank you to every veteran for putting their lives on the line, often for strangers, and the sacrifices they made. Monroe is a law and order town, a town that honors those who protect others, and a town that will forever respect our veterans. Aquarium. Many of you have seen this on the news. Pura has denied the purchase of aquarium by the Regional Water Authority, a quasi-government agency located in New Haven. Monroe stood by many municipal leaders along with the Metropolitan Council of Governments in legal action against this leveraged buyout by the Regional Water Authority. This denial by Pura suspends projected rate hikes to aquarium customers estimated in the area of 65%. This denial also maintains water quality we have come to expect from aquarium for decades and additionally preserves undeveloped land owned by aquarium. In addition, aquarium is a large taxpayer in Monroe, and without proper representation over decisions, Monroe will be subject to structures built on the land holdings with no tax obligation. This is a big win by MetroCog and all government officials that stood in defiance of this buyout. HB 8002, formerly known as HB 5002, formerly presented to the governor as HB 5002. This bill was vetoed due to heavy municipality pushback. Myself, State Representative Tony Scott, Senator Wilcox, and Senator Perillo stood together in defiance of this bill that would override local planning and zoning control in commercial areas to build residential housing as of right. As Monroe has much undeveloped commercial property due to denials over the years, the state legislature is again making a run at diminishing local planning and zoning control in a very significant state mandated bill. This state mandated bill is anticipated to be approved by Governor Lamont as HB 8002. If passed, this bill will change the development of Monroe, putting strain on traffic situation, school population, and introducing state mandated as of right high density housing in Monroe. Capital projects. Judd Road Bridge. All work is moving along with the replacement of Judd Road Bridge that connects between Easton and Monroe. The timeline, the application stated 1 year for completion. As applications need time frame projection, we are hoping for a mild winter so this project can move along without delays. Rails for Trails. The Rails for Trails project is moving along and will be a great addition to our park experience. We are hoping for a mild winter as well, so weather delays will not be a concern in bringing this great project to completion as quickly as possible. Community Center site. Our Community Center project is proceeding nicely with the exterior wall being completed. Currently, we are fitting out space for Parks and Recreation to move into their new location. The gym floor will be resurfaced so activities can begin hopefully after the new year. We are also starting final research for the elevator placement so we can meet certain ADA requirements. Community update, Tip a Cop. Our police department annually hosts a Tip a Cop night where all proceeds go to the Special Olympics. Thank you to the police department for supporting our community through events like this and helping fund such important programs. Also, I believe Councilman Duba, you attended that as well, so thank you for being there. The learning experience groundbreaking. Many high-level operations are showing interest in our vacant properties for great projects the community needs and wants. I was in attendance for the groundbreaking at 6 Victoria Drive, which will be a child care facility built by a national company named The Learning Experience. And finally, the Peace Bowl. The Rotary Club, along with Massac High School Interact Club, installed a peace pole in the rock garden at Wolf's Den Playground at Wolf Park. Over the weekend, it bears the words, "May peace prevail on earth." Former First Selectman Ken Kellogg is the president of Rotary Club and worked with the club in Parks and Recreation to get it installed. The concept of the peace pole spreads a simple message of peace. It starts with our neighbors and caring about one another. Thank you to the Rotary Club, Massac Interact Club, and Parks and Recreation for making this possible. Peace in Monroe means coming together as one. We may come from different traditions, cultures, and experiences, but we share the same town and hope for a brighter future. And that is all. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. We have no unfinished business this evening. We have one matter of new business, item A. Councilmember LaPlante.
Resolution 25-122, resolved that Terrence B. Rooney, First Selectman of the Town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the Town of Monroe the ARX Wireless Landlord Consent to assignment and assumption lease agreement and any associated documents by and between ARX Wireless and Tower CO VI LLC for the sale of the Monroe Tower to Tower Company VI LLC.
Thank you. There's a motion to adopt resolution 25-122. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Mauer. Mr. First Selectman, discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. ARX has notified us that they're selling some of its assets to Tower Company 6 LLC, and that the Monroe Tower was one of them. As part of the sale, the town of Monroe has to consent to the sale. Attached for review and consideration is the landlord consent to assignment and assumption lease agreement. Our town attorney has reviewed this agreement and has given us a letter of opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this item? Hearing none. All those in favor of adopting resolution 25-122, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Passes 9-0. There are no unfinished matters of unfinished business. There are no unfinished matters of new business. There is no second public participation this evening. I am adjourning this meeting at 8:17 p.m. Everyone have a wonderful and restful Thanksgiving.